Along with Miranda Kahn, J.D. Hayworth back with you now on Newsmax Prime. Miranda, Fox News making some changes to that first Republican presidential debate.
It is. You may recall last month the network announced only candidates in the top 10 of an average of national polls could participate in the debate. But now they've added a second candidate for him.
Maybe they'll want to name it They're Also Running. I don't know. But at any rate, we are very pleased to have joining us now from Newsmax New York, Fox News host Kimberly Guilfoyle. Kimberly is the author of the book Making the Case: How to Be Your Own Best Advocate. Kimberly, we will get to the book in a minute, but first we need to have you advocate the reason for the inclusion of a second debate. There was a lot of controversy over this. As you look at it now, is this the right decision?
Yeah, I think it is the right decision because it's important to let people make their case, use their voice to advocate why they should be the next commander-in-chief of the United States of America. I want to hear from everybody. I think it's fair because there's a tremendous amount of talented people out there that have worked very hard to get in the position to be able to run, and you never know what can happen in this kind of race, especially the selection cycle is going to be very contested and heated. I want to hear what candidates like Carly Fiorina or Rick Santorum have to say, depending on where they could be. A very close cutoff for the main debate. So let's hear, and maybe then it shifts. The following debate, they make it into the top 10.
Kimberly, the RNC has announced 9 sanctioned debates for 2016, with candidates penalized for participating in other debates. But in 2012, there were 20 debates. Will fewer debates help the party going into the general election?
You know, perhaps the idea is they don't want them to cannibalize one another, right? To beat each other up so poorly that they're in bad shape for the general election when they go to face perhaps Hillary Clinton. So I like the idea of that you don't spread it out and do so many. Let's try and get some quality in with, less quantity. And perhaps that's going to be the way to go. Obviously, they've thought long and hard about it, and I think it might be the answer.
A little more than three minutes remain, Kimberly. So now let's turn to the book that you just wrote. In this book, you talk about losing your mom when you were 11 and the lessons you learned from that experience and also from your dad. What do you think is the biggest lesson you drew out of that?
Well, for sure, my parents wanted me to be self-sufficient, have the self-esteem and confidence to be able to make every day count. And my father taught me as well, don't be afraid of the no. If there's something you want to pursue in life or achieve, get after it. He used to have me, after my mom passed, go for it in front of him and put together my best arguments, my facts about why I wanted to do something. And if I presented the case well, he would agree. If I did not, then I got a no. But he said, listen, then you can go back, think about what you can do to make it a yes. But at least I know that I tried. And he said it's important to live a life, that you have no regrets, meaning that you've tried to do everything. You've lived your life in a responsible way. You've lived your life in a way that you gave back, especially if you have many blessings like I feel like I have in my life, which is why I wrote this book. The training and the self-confidence, the coaching that my parents gave me, the lessons that I learned from the way they lived their life by example, created the person that I am today, and I attribute, my success, my character, my ethics, to my parents.
And you use a lot of your own personal experience to talk about how to make your own case, how to be your own advocate. Can you talk about one particular lesson that just stands out in your mind?
Yes, so in particular, I know when I was trying to make the transition from law to television, I was doing a lot of jobs as a legal analyst and appearances, but I thought, well, I'd like to do anchoring as well and host a program. So one time when I was in New York, and it was when the power was out in 2003, I walked 40-something blocks to Court TV where I was scheduled to be on with Catherine Cryer. And that was my one chance. I had to fly back to San Francisco the next day. I went into Court TV, found out that the CEO, Henry Schleif, was there. I asked his secretary if I could just say hello to say thanks for putting me on his shows there, etc. I wanted to get in the door, and then I knew I could make my case to take over the position co-hosting a show called Both Sides that Ricky Kleeman had just been leaving because she was moving to LA with her husband Bill Bratton. Anyway, I made my compelling argument to him, even offered him a money-back guarantee. I ended up getting that much, coveted co-hosting position, even though I had never anchored television before. But you got to turn something into a yes, because how am I supposed to get a position, anchoring a television show if I haven't had any experience doing it? So Good news was he gave me that chance, that shot, and I used my expertise in law as a prosecutor in trying cases in Los Angeles and San Francisco to nail that job, and then the rest, you know, is history.
Kimberly,
Eventually I got the
you've
call
had
from Fox News.
such an interesting story. An attorney, then First Lady of San Francisco, now a television journalist. What's next for you, do you think? 20 seconds.
Yeah, and then I wrote the book, and it's a national bestseller. I'm excited. I look forward to serving at the Fox News channel and taking it on any capacity I can.
Well, congratulations on the book. The name of the book, again, is Making the Case, How to Be Your Own Best Advocate. And certainly Kimberly Guilfoyle is advocating the book and her hard work. Kimberly, we thank you so much for your time. And Newsmax Prime will continue right after this.